Alright everybody, my question of today is, do you think crypto will make you rich? Put your answer in the comment section down below and check out the Growth Masters Academy. Why? We'll get to in just a second. Now, first off, you can see the XRP retirement plan right in front of you, and there's a good reason I decided to bring this very important subject back up again. But before we, even step into the retirement plan, I think you guys must understand why I often talk about this. The reason I often talk about the retirement plan is because, well, a lot of us are in crypto to either change our lives or to get something out of it, to either maybe change the world or be part of a bigger revolution that's happening in, for example, payments and whatnot, or literally just to make a frick ton of money. I don't really know what you're here for. I really don't care either. I mean, you can do whatever you want, right? But with that is also the idea that I guess we want to go for some altcoins because, first of all, it is a lot easier to be, a high holder. So, for example, 80,000 XRP, which I guess divide by 4 is about 20,000 US dollars, makes you a top 1%er in XRP terms. Now, if you were to talk about US dollars, it is about 11 million that you would need, which is a rather big difference. Another one is, of course, that I guess by just holding this quote-unquote small, because it's still a huge amount of money, but this quote-unquote small amount of money could get you, a lot further, a lot more, and maybe even bring you to the top 10% or higher in, real net worth terms, in fiat, really. So I've been thinking about that for a little while, and some of you guys have asked me, why have you started the Growth Masters Academy, or why are you teaching us these Instagram things? What's the purpose? Well, guys, right, I've gone over the retirement plan a ton of times with y'all, right? We went over it, what our goal is and what the purpose is, and a very important addition I made a couple of months ago was this cash out little table. As I've explained to you guys more and more often, how it is very important to cash out along the way. For example, if you were to take XRP to cash out, for example, all-time high, $5, $10, $15, and so forth, just cashing out at multiple points. This is just a miscellaneous, arbitrarily picked, but you can, calculate that if you would want. But the reason I've added that was because, well, it could be that XRP gets to all-time high like it did before, but if you don't cash anything out, it doesn't really matter that it hit that before now, because you're still really only, rich on paper, or you still have money on paper, but in real life, you really got nothing, right? Because you can't really buy a sandwich still unless you're going to use your XRP, which is equal to selling it. At least that's my personal opinion on the matter. So I haven't thought about that. I thought it was very important to cash out, but I have kind of this feeling that if you cash out a crypto, you're either thinking we're not going to be going higher, or you just really, really need the money. But what if neither is the situation? Because I have cashed out some Bitcoin at 7,000, but I've also bought more at like 10 and 11,000. So in the end, I'm just playing games with myself, right? If I keep selling low and buy high, that's just pretty damn dumb. But that was sometimes because I needed it or really wanted it. Now, however, sometimes I'm thinking what if Bitcoin goes to 50,000 or XRP goes to $5? Will I sell everything? Because, well, you could start a lot of businesses with that. You can really buy a nice house with that. So what else are you going to need the money for? But then I thought, what are we making all this money for? What are we building this wealth for? It is to not necessarily become into the top percentage, but it's to climb the ladder, to, create generational wealth, to make money and let that stay. And having that in the back of my head, let's say you cash out your $1 million, you're a 10% individual for net worth, you're at $1.2 million. That's cool, but that's only going to deteriorate from that point forward. Because, well, you might buy something, you might not buy something, but if you don't do anything with your money, because of inflation and because of taxes and, things like that, it will only keep going down piece by piece by piece as there is no savings rate anymore. So that brought me to the point which is, even more important, which is the top percent. And by the way, this changes significantly per state and per country, but it's just kind of an average and a number to, prove a point here a little bit. A more important point, which is the income, right? And this income right here, as you can see, $300,000 per year is actually a lot more significant than this 12 or $11 million at 1%. Why? Well, even though this 1% to get there is really ridiculously difficult, especially in one generation, it is a lot more doable, I'm going to say, to get this income every year, I guess. That's one part. to get yourself this income is definitely just one part. But another part is, I guess, to have that stay, but also to, I guess, understand the difference. Because getting yourself this wealth is one part. Let's say, okay, let's go to the retirement plan and prove my point here a little bit. Let's say you've gotten yourself some crazy investments. All of a sudden, it's worth $10 million. What you going to do? Cash out? Because then you'll be a 1%er, even if it's in crypto, but you really can't do anything with it still, so you're kind of poor, right? Unless you're going to cash out all the time or little pieces. But if you cash out little pieces, then you're still always speculating for that asset. Or, you're still not really, it's kind of difficult. And then I thought about it. I was like, man, you know what? I got to teach a couple of these people in the crypto community here, or at least the people that follow me, because that's primarily what I'm doing it for right now. I don't really have goals to take this big. I have not made it high quality videos either, because I just want to share it with you guys. That we already got 700 views on one video is kind of crazy, because I don't know how I'm already kind of afraid that people outside of crypto here might get hold of these videos, and that would not really be the purpose, but all right. And the reason I made this was purely to show you guys what I do for a living and how I'm trying to build this income rather than net worth. Because net worth is really cool, but in the end, it's all about the income that gets added, right? Or another point is that it's a lot easier to get into this 1% and a lot better for yourself than to this 1%. Because, getting 12 million, yeah, it's a chore, all right? It's not simple, and I have no idea where to start. But even if you get this 10%er, you still don't really have much. Because you're either going to have to spend it, which will just put you back down lower, or you're going to have to keep it or invest it again. But what is a better investment than crypto, right? What can you go for? And then I thought about it. We either have to go for dividend stocks where, well, your weight is rewarded. Let's say this time around, we don't hit 20,000 per Bitcoin, but in 3 years we do. Or in 3 years, we hit 50,000. No, let's say 20,000 to prove a point. Me holding from all-time high in 2017 to all-time high in 2023 brought me no money. It only cost me taxes. It brought me no extra income, this Bitcoin, right? So even though it may be a better investment over a longer term, all the time you're waiting, you're being hurt. And so the only reason to take it out, I would say, is to either go and invest that into something which is going to make you more money. That's one part. But what are you going to go for then? Well, I'll be explaining more about that on this channel. Otherwise, I guess maybe like dividend stocks, which pay out whilst you wait, or I guess short-term trades, if you're a trader, can also work. But in the end, a lot of that stuff is really hard, really speculative. And even though XRP to Bitcoin here has shown that it will change back up, and we kind of expect this to be the dip of the dip, still taking your trade here is going to be scary, right? And same with XRP to USD, even though it kind of looks like we're just testing this again and again, and eventually we'll breach, opening along right now is still a risk, is still kind of scary and things like that. So you want more, something that's secure, that has no risk and stuff like that. And that's, I guess, kind of how I get into my current job, which is, again, just posting stuff on Instagram. And I know that sounds a little bit crazy because that's just a small part of the job. The most amount of money comes of what you do around it, but this is really the basis of what it is. And that's why I recommended everybody to check this video out here. It is not for me. There are no ads on these videos, and I'm answering way more questions than I ever wanted to. I just wanted to post some videos here and get you guys thinking about it, and you do with it as you please. But I noticed I keep trying to help people. I even made a Patreon here because some people were interested. We actually got one patron, which I didn't really expect. But also because I'm like, you know what? I want to share here the basis of what you need to do. So I think everybody can already earn themselves some money. And yeah, I guess the basic idea here is this stuff, what I'm teaching, is stuff you can replicate to earn yourself money. And I'm not charging anything. This is completely free, not even an advertisement. It is just as something for me to you. There is no string attached. Why? Because it's just stuff that you could have found out on the internet. But you have to know, you need somebody to tell you, or you need to be, I guess, have an affiliation. What the frick's the word? Affiliate? No, I don't know. with social media to understand that this stuff can make you money. So what I do mostly is just, you have Instagram accounts, I make them or I buy them, I grow them higher, and then you either sell them or use them to provide services or to, I guess, use for something else which you have in mind which can generate you money. And in this video, I've also told you guys a little bit about how good in terms of, nominal dollar signs a month can be. Because a lot of you guys said, yeah, you can just buy this crypto, right? You can just do that. It's just easy for you, huh, rich kid? It doesn't work like that, all right? It doesn't work like that. Everybody has to make choices, even I, and you too. I mean, everybody has to. And it's not like it's very simple to buy crypto or anything like that, but I just try to put a lot of my work here and just try to kind of span everything together. But another couple of guys speculated that YouTube for crypto earns well. I don't know if for some guys it does, but for me, it definitely is not worth the time. I just really enjoy talking about this stuff. I just really like waking up here and thinking, damn, we're part of something bigger. And that's what I said with this top 1%er stuff. And even the retirement plan. It's sometimes not even that you really want to get rich, or you just have kind of as something you want to kind of achieve, right? Or something you want to kind of get to. And I kind of feel like since we're part of crypto, and since it's, even though I'm not even a 1%er here at this point, I kind of sometimes have been, but right now I'm not, because I keep changing up my stuff. It's kind of cool to know that you're easily a 10%er of XRP. With Bitcoin, it's a little bit more difficult, but it's kind of nice knowing you fit in, or that you're at least, doing something very well. And if things really hit the fan, that you'll be at the top of the top. And if XRP becomes like the standard, or if it goes up like crazy in price, you've been there from the start. You've been there for a long time, and you finally can reap those gains. But still, then again, in the real world, talking about real money, you're still not that far, or at least it's not really changing that much all the time we're waiting. And that's why in the meantime, I'm really kind of not even going to say forcing, but I'm really trying to, really with some hard pressure, telling you guys to check these videos out and see if it's something for you, all right? If you don't like it, just skip it. You don't need to. But I'm just trying to teach you guys what I do, and I think there's room for everybody out there, because there's already millions of people doing it. So what are the 500 of you guys going to change in this realm? Is just hopefully you can earn yourself a nice little living, or a couple $100 extra a month. You don't have to go all out crazy like I do here, where I'm making my full job and I just earn really, really well. You can also just, I guess, put in a little bit of effort and hopefully earn yourself a couple $100 on the side. Might take you a couple of weeks, might take you a couple of months, might never happen. I don't know. All right, but I'm just telling you guys there's an opportunity. Take it, watch the videos, and check it out. I'm also, again, this is completely different side. Again, I'm going to be teaching a couple of people on Patreon a little bit. I made the cheapest one just $5, where I'm telling you guys a little bit more about my strategy. And I also might go for some personal mentoring stuff, because I already do some stuff like that over on Instagram. I haven't announced that on YouTube too much yet. But that's, again, some stuff you don't need to know about yet. First, check out if this is something for you. If it is, just keep watching. I'll upload more teaching you guys what to do. If it isn't, skip out on it. But otherwise, I've also made a different channel, first, The Business Realm. I don't know if you guys have seen that before. It used to be called Dusty Finance, where I explain to you guys, I guess, a couple of tricks with income and finance and stuff like that, because I think it's just very important that we are all financially literate. And with this crypto stuff, it can really mess your brain up and really kind of get you in a depressed kind of state when the prices go down like crazy. I think everybody has it once in a while that you're like, damn, I had this much money just now, and now I'm, $1,000 lighter, or maybe 10,000, maybe 100,000. I don't know how much money you have, maybe $5. You just feel bad that your money has gone down. The same will happen with stocks, same will happen with all things, but you kind of got to know the tricks and rules of having money so we can get ourselves a layer upwards, right? And I'm assuming most of us watching here, and most of us, I guess, involved with this type of stuff, are still in the lower layers of trying to accumulate this wealth, or, trying to build up our income to look something like this, which is crazy, but all right. But yeah, I think we can get there as long as we keep our minds together, keep our minds straight, and keep thinking about the end result, and build. If you sit on your ass and wait for the moon, well, yeah, you'll be maybe rich in 1% or maybe 10%, but in the end, it will keep going down unless you either take it out and do something crazy with that, or you might be a 10%er, then a 50%er, then a 1%er, but it will keep going like this, right? You never have any real security in that sense, right? And that's why I'm saying build up your income, not only your net worth, or I guess net worth that is
stayable. How would you say that? Some stuff that will stay the same and not go down. Because Bitcoin, they call it store of value, but still, I think you guys are with me here when I say that it could be that Bitcoin is 15,000 today and tomorrow is 6,000. It could really be that way. Even though I think long-term Bitcoin will go up in a shorter term, and I'm talking shorter, a couple of years even, it could be down quite a lot like we see now with Bitcoin, not even, close to its all-time high just quite yet. It's getting pretty close, but not that close. Sometimes you really don't want that type of stuff, right? You just want your money to make your money, even if you were having 3 years of downfall, and that's why you got to keep trying some things. And even I right now, right, I'm looking for different things to invest in. Most of my money right now gets put into Instagram accounts to just buy them and sell them again later. But I'm still looking for different things to do, as you always want to keep expanding, and you want to have as many different things, right, to make sure you are always set in stone. But yeah, I wanted to talk more about the XRP price and XRP to BTC, but it kind of turned into a lecture for some reason. I guess a quick little piece of news then, I guess. Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse joins Wave Financial Conference to keynote, which is rather cool here. He's again going out there November 12th. Pretty cool. Damn, I didn't really expect myself to turn it into something like that. I guess we'll talk more about the correlation and stuff like that tomorrow. Because I'll just leave it at this for right now. A little bit of a lecture, but I think it's something you got to think about for a little second, all right? That it's not all about the net worth. It's also about what money you're making. And that's why a lot of guys are into staking. That's why a lot of guys are into these higher yields DeFi projects, or into, things like Bitrue, for which the link is in the description, by the way, plug, to earn yourself money while you wait. Even though it's maybe 6%, 6% is a lot. Because the tax, I don't know what it is in the US, but it's not fun. It will keep your money going down, 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 unless you make your money work for you. And that's basically what we all need to, go into, where you make your money work for you. And more about that stuff I'll be explaining on this channel. All right. If Instagram is not the thing for you, I'm also going to be doing some YouTube tutorials, because this account that you're watching right now is just one of the many accounts that I have. But this is stuff that I, kind of personally do, that I have an affinity for, if that's the right word once more, that I just like. But there's a lot of stuff that I outsource that just grows on its own. But I might be explaining on that, might not. Maybe I'll just keep it to Instagram though, because that stuff is a lot of explanation. I don't know, but we'll see. Thank you guys ever for watching though, and think about it. All right, if it's nothing for you, you skip it. If it is, just check them out and reply down below if you enjoyed it.